Javi, you're a balm to my eyes. What happened to yours?
A sacrifice for something greater. Is the wolf nearby?
Yes, but he's grown. I have kept him company, but he's consumed by a sadness I cannot understand.
Regrettable, but necessary. I knew from the start this wolf brought ill tidings.
From the start it was a kind creature. But our mistrust and cruelty have robbed the poor wolf of its sweetness and life.
Would it be a kindness to kill it then?
We are past the time for such mercy. This wolf has power now that would test our strengths combined. I fear he is possessed of a power that renders him ever-living.
Then we will offer him a different fate. This cord is unbreakable. You must convince him to wear it. It will act as a leash, whose magic will signal that he is safely secured. An assurance to the Aesir who fear him. A beacon, that is all. No harm will befall the poor Fenrir.
Fenrir, yes. You know the creature's name. Did Loki tell you?
He did. It is a fine name.
Yes. Dweller of the Fens. An apt name for his current fate. Fenrir! A good word has come!
Leave me.
I wish you well, Great Wolf. But a fear still hangs over Asgard. The Aesir worry about your growing size and strength.
Do they now? And what do they have to be afraid of? Old friend.
Javi brings a collar fashioned by the dwarves. A beacon. That we may track from a distance to know where you roam. Wear this, and you may live and thrive in Asgard, without worry.
I smell something sour.
Wear the collar! Or return to Jotunheimer. There's no third way.
Son of Loki, have I not treated you with kindness? We are bonded, you and I. And as I trust my king, so you may trust me. Open your mouth. As a pledge of faith, you may take my hand if I am untrue.
Fair.
Be swift, Javi.
Burns.
Javi,
Lies.
unbind him! Javi!
Here you stay, Fen Dweller!
Here you die. Deceiver. You fight one another. Kill one another.
You speak in riddles.
The home of the gods turns red. Red with gore. be an age of storms, an age of wolves.
Where did you hear these words of prophecy?
The second great sorrow. The Havi fight the wolf.
How do you know these things?
This is the tale I tell myself each night in the cold and dark. Before I sleep, I dream of tasting your flesh.
I could not strike the killing blow. All my oaths remain unbroken.
Anyone lesser would have succumbed to his hatred.
If I could have done this any other way.
There was no other way, Harvey. Our fates are fixed.
Fate or no, you made a great sacrifice on my behalf.
It was not for you.
Do not think your kindness has made you a new friend, Lord of Imbeciles. I will kill you, all of you, gorging on Aesir flesh.
You may strike the final blow, son of Loki, but I will savor my years of freedom before we meet again. Come, old friend. The healing hands of Freya can help you. Have you come to say what I fear?
Not to say,
but to show a vision of the times to come.
none living or dead now equal our heavy in arrogance. To believe that you could remake your fate thus.
For all your efforts, for all your struggles, the threads of fate still bind you as tightly as ever. And yet, from this pattern, a single strand escapes the fray and stubbornly clings to the weave. As Vanir, your doom will come. The earth will shake, the sun will die. Jötnar will stalk your streets as fire rains upon your heads. And the great wolf Fenrir will feast upon your blood. But you have found a way to live beyond this terror.
Let it flow.
To cheat your death.
From the life tree we go, to the life tree we shall one day return.
Mind and spirit will surge to a time far beyond your own. To a time in which you shall be reborn.
None may follow. Loki least of all. It is done. Time to face our end.
Eivor, you have awakened. With more to share, I hope.
I returned to Asgard.
And what did you see?
I bound the wolf Fenrir, Loki's son, with an unbreakable cord. The beast was enraged by my actions. We fought and I prevailed, but I could not kill the beast.
You visit lore and legend. Things I would never have imagined to be real. Parables, yet here you live them as memories.
Every moment there was as tactile and as vital as you and I seated in this hut.
This is wonderful. Was there more?
There was a betrayal. I betrayed my friend Tyr. I stood by as the great wolf mauled him, tearing his arm off at the joint. I could have said something to prevent it, given him a warning. But I did nothing.
How did it feel?
I was unmoved by his pain. Not hateful, but I did not regret my indifference. A swig of poison that drinks like wine.
Selfishness unmeasured often feels this way. What else did you see?
I witnessed a final vision from the Nornir, the coming of Ragnarok. All was fire and ash, a chaos like a foul wind from the depths of Ginnungagap. But we were ready for the coming storm. 8 of us. We drank the mead, then stood and marched to our doom. That was the end of the Nornir's prophecy.
How curious. Was there more?
I can make sense of no more.
I see. The thrust of these visions seem clear to me. As in your first reverie, a fear of betrayal hangs upon you. Odin has seen fit to gift you with his infinite knowledge and the treasure of his experience. Perhaps his tale is a warning. The indifference he felt is a great pity. See that you do not follow this same road. To do so would risk a loneliness, a personal exile, worse than death.
I understand. Or, I hope I do. Thank you, Valka.
Greetings.
I want to see the Alliance map. Hamptonshire, the last Saxon stronghold.
And very heavily guarded. King Alfred is preparing for war. You will meet tremendous resistance.
As will Alfred. Is Guthrum Jarl there with his army?
He is. He and Ubba have gathered a sizable force and intend on launching an attack on Alfred soon. If we support their assault, England will fall to us, a pagan land where a multitude of gods may freely roam.
I'll go to Hamptonshire and speak with Guthrum. Send word to our allies to gather on the Thames, just outside the Shire.
I will. May the gods share in this, our final victory.
What is it?
Eivor, you must not go. You must not. The signs, the portents, they shout and wail. Your leaving will be our doom.
Speak clearly, Valka. What have you seen?
I have thrown the bones. I have stirred the offal of beasts, and in the rising steam I saw the end of it all. Though this battle you may win, this war you will not. Your foe will be your master. Your hope will be your grief. This is fate. Our fate.
I thank you for this, Valka. But the yawns of fate are too frayed for me to follow now. I owe this fight to my friends and allies, and I will see it through.
Go then, with great care. But know that the home you leave will not be the home to which you return.
Hey, my boy. Strange to see Norse and Saxon banners flying side by side. I should find...
Eivor! You come at Guthrum's call. It is good to see you.
And you, Soma. There is an uneasy peace here. Both armies with their hackles up. Was blood spilled?
No, we took Wareham without resistance. These Saxons accompany their lord as we stand beside Guthrum.
So this fort is not the sum of his ambitions. Guthrum's plan is to bring the Saxons to the table.
If he can win the peace without a fight, he will do so.
And how likely is that?
Just now they sit on their thumbs in the church, talking in circles. Come, I will take you to him.
Who is Guthrum meeting here? Is it Alfred?
That's right. The king of the West Saxons has agreed to negotiate. Seems we have him on the back foot.
Guthrum should be careful. Alfred speaks with Loki's tongue.
Guthrum is not a babe at teat, Eivor.
Nor is Alfred. If he has come, it is for his own advantage.
Then give us counsel. Stand by Guthrum, show our strength. The king of Hayseeds will soon be humbled, trust me.
We took this town as if it were a straw hall. Do not challenge me, Elf King.
Your show of swagger and strength has my attention, Guthrum, but we agreed on terms. What more do you want?
The crown of Wessex.
Wessex has a king, and that king has the backing of the Almighty. Yours is a fever dream, Dane.
You have learned nothing since the Danes came here. Guthrum will not bend his knee, Oathbreaker, just as I would not.
Ah, Eivor. Our blunted tool returns, Lord.
I have given you all I care to. A Danegeld to leave Wareham. You swore an oath upon the cross and that pagan hammer.
And when you scurry back to whatever shit-soaked hovel you crawled from, we will release your men.
Speak again, handmaid, and I will feed your tongue to Eivor's raven.
A fair trade. We already have your cock.
Are we done with this pissing contest? If Guthrum has given you his word, then he will honor it. We will leave this town.
You have 1 day. Do not test the king's patience further, or our men will return to Wareham with force.
And if you doubt my conviction, know that the Avon River near Uffentune runs red with the blood of your countrymen. Their commander, what did his men cry as he fell? Ula? Uba? Yes, that was it. Remember, you have taken my silver. In return, I expect your honor. I will await news of your retreat in Chippenham.
Uber dead? It cannot be! Gods, I will tear that Saxon's skin from his bones if this is true!
Alfred hisses with a snake tongue, but he gains nothing from this lie.
When news of this spreads through the camp, no Saxon will survive the day.
You swore upon the cross.
Oh, I have no intention of cowing to that milk sack. Now more than ever, I will take his throne and his head!
In Winchester, Alfred used me as a tool and cast me aside. So let the betrayer be betrayed. We will burn this village to the ground. After that, we take care of Alfred. Burn Wareham to the ground! Make it a Saxon pyre!
Destroy everything! Their roofs to splinters! Their bones to dust!
Don't want to, brother.
For Uber!
I'll stage your welcome.
Fire and flame! Burn it all!
For Uber! Every great news comes to Valhalla! I'll send 10 to your hell!
You won't burn!
Wareham ablaze!
Jesus Christ! Help me stand against that filthy heathen threat!
Your godson has forsaken you, Saxon!
Try to flank!
You have no honor, Dane! You will not steal our land!
It's too late, little man. Our gods have spoken with war and might. This is our end now.
Take it! I was longer to that! My blood needs fire! After cooling in the sodden field! You'll burn in hell, traitorous scum! I will feast on your marrow in Valhalla! God damn you! Now I'm ready!
Payment for those warriors they have sent to Valhalla!
Leave nothing standing! Let vengeance steer your swords! Leave nothing standing! Let vengeance steer your swords! Fire and flame! Burn it all! Leave nothing standing! Their prayers go unanswered this day. We should find Soma. This place is routed, Soma.
Good work. We leave now. There are forest ruins just east of here, along the road. Come on, men! Move!
We can rest here a moment. Now, tell me what you know of that breaker of rings. Weak and wretched troll.
Alfred is a wily fox. He appears frail, but draws upon an inner strength. He'll not be easy to oust.
Fury will fuel my army and my claim.
It will not be enough. You must find a weakness.
Yes, that is why I called you here. Do you balk at the opportunity to bury the Saxon king?
I must first hear a plan to balk at.
Alfred spoke of Chippenham, a squat hovel of sheep and peasants.
So why does he go there and not to Winchester? Your scouts must know they're the best in England.
A holiday feast, their Saxon Christ Mass. Alfred will warm his heels by the fire, while Ubba lies cold in an English field.
I have called upon my allies to join us in this fight, but I must know where to send them. Is Chippenham our final prize?
It is. But I will need my men for the coming fight as well. The hostages Alfred took. If there is a chance to save them.
You will not lose more friends today. Where are they held?
A place further ahead through this forest. They call it Hampton Blockade.
Soma, ride north to the Thames and lead my allies south. They should be gathered by now.
I will.
Gather on the river passing Chippenham. The rest of you set up camp there. I called you Raven Feeder once. At Porchester, you were as hot-headed as Thor. You have become a true leader, Eivor.
There's much to come, Guthrum, before we can rest with mead in our hands and songs in our ears.
I will crush Alfred's skull with my bare hands if Ubba is dead.
We cannot dwell on this, even if it's true. If you want the throne, only strategy will deliver it.
Or bloody wrath will steal it. I will follow this Alfred, hound his heels. Revenge burns within me.
A wise man once told me, we do not dash ourselves against hopeless courses. We arrive unexpected, strike swift.
You turn my words against me now, Wolf-Kissed.
I took them to heart in my darkest times, my friend.
And Sigurd? He is back with you?
My brother's story is a long one, and for another time. Ridding the land of a strong ruler will make Wessex harder to tame.
You almost sound like you respect him, Eivor.
I have come to understand the trials of leadership, Guthrum. It is hard not to, when you cradle something as fragile as life within your hands.
The hostages must be in these buildings. What is your plan?
We can tread quietly, so as not to alert the guards. But I can raid this place in moments.
I will follow your lead.
I must be careful.
What's that about?
What's going on?
I told you Gustav wouldn't leave us here to rot.
Enough skulking.
These Saxons do not deserve compassion. I will wash my blade in their blood.
Guthrum, some of your men.
We will not be feasting in Odin's hall tonight, boys.
As long as I can cut some Saxons down, I don't care where we face them.
Are you Guthrum's men?
Aye. Free us and we will fight by your side.
Ah, thank you, my friend.
Every Saxon who spat at me will die.
You'll have your chance, but don't be foolhardy. Let your steps take you far from here, to our camp near Chippenham.
Thank you, Eivor. You did a great deed here. Their families will raise a cup to you.
I need no thanks, Guthrum. Let us speak more when we are safely away. We're safe here. You should join your people at the camp. Even a surprise takes preparation.
Your bravery, your leadership, Eivor. You wear it well. You have grown much since last we spoke.
You judged me fairly, Guthrum. Harsh though your words were. But I do not make the same mistake twice.
How is your brother, Sigurd?
He lives. A changed man. But he is free of Fulke's torment. That at least was a deed well done.
Will this all be worth it in the end? Everything we have done? Everything we have sacrificed to win this land? Sometimes I dream of soothed black furrowed earth. And blood seeping from seedlings, poisoning our future.
We must believe our way of life will survive. Our fates are woven, but our deeds forge our destiny.
And so to our final battle. We will wait for you at the camp.